All right, Angel, what's up? What are we doing today?
Basically, all off. You know, like I said, because if you can see the ends, that straightness, there's the pattern. Bro.
So what happened here?
So my sister straightened my hair, right? Because I was like trying to get that ponytail look.
Yeah.
I'm like, curls were dropping here before I got straightened. So, you know what, maybe I can get it to straighten enough into a ponytail, but because I have natural curls, I didn't account for that. So
my curl pattern?
Yeah, and it messed with the growth pattern. So like this isn't normal. Even up top is like uneven, and you can tell how these come down normally, but the other ones come out and like stick up weird.
It's definitely really weird.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
I'm doing a 2 all around, and I'm
A 2?
A 2. I'm starting
Like a
over.
flipper 2 inches off, or like a number 2
A
bar?
number 2 all
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing a 2 on the sides too?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2 all around, and just gonna fade out the sideburns.
You want to do a taper?
Yeah.
You want to do like a medium taper? It's going to be hard to see, but it's going to be around here.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, perfect.
So we're going to taper the sides, and you want to taper the back as well?
Yep.
So taper the sides and back, 2 all around, and then we're going to line you up?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Let's do it.
Oh, one more thing.
What's up?
I had someone line them up, but could you like make them my eyebrows are like less bushy? If that makes sense.
Yeah, trim them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna cut it down to a 3. Now, we are gonna do a 2. I promise you, we're gonna do a 2.
Hey man, I got full faith in you.
So we're gonna do a 3, but we're gonna go and we're gonna actually shampoo for hair, because when your hair is this long and you end up going this short, your hair's gonna have you go in like 1,000 different directions, and it's not gonna lay down very nicely. Right. So even though I could give you, a blurry taper, it's not gonna lay down as nicely as when you shampoo your hair. I don't normally shampoo, but for like transformations like this, yeah, I will. The camera can pick it up, but you can see right here, like the hair's not laying down. It's so used to kind of falling back, right, because of the weight of the curls. And it's gonna look a lot darker on top too, because the hair isn't gonna be, standing up. So what we're gonna do here, I don't really do shampoos in the shop. In a situation like this, I'm gonna do it, but what we call this in the shop is an express poo. So like an express kind of shampoo, because we really just wanna kind of reset your hair texture. So you get some water, you get some shampoo going into the scalp, and we have one of these like kind of scalp brushes, and I'm really just kind of brushing the hair down. I'm trying to like scramble wash it. I just want to reset the direction that the hair is going in to go back to its natural direction. And you can also use this time to make sure to scrub the taper area, scrub the line up a little bit. Since his hair was in kind of that longer hair and it was kind of weighing it down, it's not laying down as nicely as what it will after this. Take a towel and just gonna start drying everything off. But you can see in all this area, the hair's laying down a lot nicer than if we would have just went and cut it straight. Since we're gonna do a nice skin taper, we want this to be like bone dry. Now we could go down with our 2 and cut the hair, a lot more even. Because the 2 is the length that he really wants. And right here, when you're cutting the top, you really want to make sure you're paying attention to the direction that the hair is going. Because for everything to be even, you got to be cutting it against the grain. Especially when you're doing like a buzz, like a reset buzz like this. And here, the hair's going in this right direction. So just go right against that. So I'm gonna go straight with my one open. And I'm gonna kind of create the foundation of what I'm gonna fade. Now this line at the top is gonna be, so I don't go above it, it's kind of like a guideline, a softer guideline, but still a guideline. And it's gonna tell me where to put my 1.5 guard a little bit later. So now right under my one open, one closed, start to fade all this down. And when you're fading with a couple cowlicks in the back, it's the same thing. You gotta be aware of the direction that the hair is going. Now this is my half guard open. This is how, you gotta fade when you have like a difficult kind of area in the back. Now, this is how you can put in your guideline. Soft guideline with your trimmer. A lot softer than if you would have punched it in. And this is all in real shop time, guys. Take our shaver. Now, right under that, we're going very soft. As I get closer to the line, I'm kind of going a lot lighter with pressure. Flipper closed, I'm gonna start to fade this out. Now, you can see that the middle of this taper is darker than the sides. So I'm gonna lighten up the middle to kind of match the sides in terms of like gradients. So I might go a little bit higher in the middle, just so I can match it, so it can look all very consistent and even. These are like the little things or the little details that you're doing for a client, just to stand out. So you can see that I didn't fade this area as much, but it's a lot more even, consistent gradients. Now we have our half guard. I'm gonna do 1 click down, so I'm at like 75%, and just start to blend that out. And I'm going closer to that top line. I still got to work down here. So I'm another click down, I'm at 50%. I'm just knocking at that line, just softening up that area. Now you can see that I kind of have my taper angled a little bit. That's so I can leave the lineup area just a tad darker, just so it gives this taper a little bit more pop. Now I have my 1.5 guard, just to hit this top area, start halfway. Brushing all that debris off. If you need to, you can start open. You'll cut even less hair. But sometimes, you know, kind of like a safety precaution. Make sure you don't cut too much. Don't take the fade higher than what you want to do. Zipper closed. Right where the ear connects to the head. How to do like a really, really nice medium taper on the side of somebody's head. And as I get closer to this line, I'm just starting to flick out a little bit. So I don't create such a harsh guideline. Now we'll go clipper open. Now we'll go close clipper. I'm gonna go halfway up that panel. One step blended out. One notch up. 2 notches up. Just kind of cornering into the blend. Now we'll go straight into our 1 guard open. Once you're following that same motion, guys, close that clipper up, soften that up a little bit. I'm half guard, halfway open, and you know I don't want to like over kind of play this. I don't want to fade into things I don't want to fade into. I want to stay right where I'm at because I want to control the darkness of the blend. So I'm going to use more of my trimmers, not my trimmers. I'm going to use more of my corners. Now the last guard, if you remember, all this is a 2 already. I'll start right here. And like I said, if you want to start open, you can. And I really just want to blend into this, but I don't want to, stretch this taper out too much. Make sure you get all this hair behind the ears. There's a lot of hair that goes behind here. So you might even want to, taper that down a little bit. Now I'm halfway. I'm just using my corners to bleed this into the next section. Now on this side, you can see I already started. Same thing, right there, same guideline. You can use your trimmers right here, go right under it. Use your shaver, and with your shaver, you're going right under that line, but you're going a little bit softer, just so you don't make a harsh guideline. Clipper close. And that's one of the benefits of kind of using a system. In case you don't know the benefits of like using a system to cut hair, is that you get a more consistent result, a more predictable result, and your haircut gets a lot better and a lot more efficient because you're using that same system. Now we'll go right here, 1 open. Now I'm closed. I'm just kind of softening up that guideline. Literally the same step. So whatever you do to one side, you'll go ahead and you'll do it right to the other side. Because you want your haircut to look, symmetrical. You want it to look balanced. You want it to look the same. You don't want one taper to look higher than another. That's why like guidelines or like reference points are really, really nice. Use my 1 and kind of just detailing there a little bit. If this hair right here is too long, kind of bulky, you can always come right here and just taper that out a little bit, just to lower it down so the lineup isn't too heavy.
Hey man, 245 airbrush cleaner to me is one of the best, if not the best airbrush cleaner in the industry because it's very simple. It's gonna clean it, it's gonna do a deep clean, it's gonna get rid of all the old clutter that may be in your gun. More importantly, it's gonna be protecting the metal. A lot of these airbrush cleaners are just destroying your gun from the inside out and you don't even know it. But with 245, it won't do that, all right? Very easy to apply, simple nozzle that you put right here and literally have your thing spraying like brand new.
So this is how to do a very, very difficult hairline. You can see his hairline goes down here, goes to the left over here, goes to the right over here. So we have a 2 all around, but I'm actually gonna go and taper down the hairline a little bit more with a 1.5 guard. So when the hair is shorter, it's gonna stay in place a little bit more. It's not gonna move around so much. So first step is just taper down the hairline. Then, if you want, you could use a little bit of sprit on the hairline just to lock. Now I try not to force the hair to lay in a direction that it doesn't want to lay. And you have to remember the hair's kind of falling away from the hairline, so you don't want to go in too deep. So I'm just gonna hit my first vertical bar. That's my first step when it comes to really doing that hairline. It's just hitting the vertical bars. You want to make sure that the vertical bars are angled the same way, whether they're angled up or angled in, however you want it. So I'm gonna start in the lightest spot, which is right here in the middle, and you can see how far down the corners are. So I'm just gonna pick one side and go straight across. So then you have that one side, and that one side is going to be kind of like your guide to the other side. Remember, we want to take off as little hair as possible, but obviously, we want him to be sharp. So I'm going to go into the settings. You go to camera. This is a little tip to make sure your hairline is straight. You go to grid, and now when you go to grid, there's like a grid that pops up on your camera, so in straight lines, right? So you can go and line up the lines here to their hairline. straight. If it's lining up with these lines, then we good. That's a little trick to make sure that your hairlines are always sharp, even, and symmetrical. I haven't seen nobody post that. That's gonna be fire. Now, believe it or not, guys, you know, the majority of people in C-cups do not grow exactly at the same point. The same way that nobody grows like a perfectly straight hairline. So what you want to do, and all this is overgrowth, by the way. I don't want to line them up out here. I want to kind of tailor it. But nobody's C-cups grows like perfectly. The same way that nobody grows a perfectly straight hairline. Is I try to line them up as low as possible. And then if they're like very uneven, because they naturally grow like that, you can always ask your client if they want you to kind of adjust them and make it a little bit more like cosmetic. This is the 245 straight razor. Dave, where can you buy this straight razor at?
245.com.
At 245.com, they can buy this straight razor. It comes with 3 different cartridges. You go ahead, it just pops right out. You slip the blade in, and now you're ready to get busy. I'm gonna go ahead and just get busy. We didn't really push it up. We kept it really natural. And if you want that extra crisp, extra sharp line, you go against. To trim his eyebrows down. So what I usually do is I'll take a 1.5 guard, lever open, I'll come against the grain, and I'll always make sure to keep my finger on the back of the guard so it doesn't fall off and I don't shave off his eyebrow. So I'll just come right here and I'll do this. I like this more than going with the grain. I feel like sometimes with the grain it leaves it kind of too bushy, too heavy, and kind of uneven. I like this because it's an even cut, but it still keeps the eyebrows very dark. Remember, keep that finger on the back of the blade, on the back of on the guard, because you do not want to, you know, this fall off and you got 1/3 of an eyebrow left. Jesus Christ, this is nice. All right, boom, check me out. Short.
Everybody
nice. 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 Nice.
That's why I said I'm
nice.
right now.
You know what it is. Man, that joint is nice. Oh my gosh. Tapered you out in the back. We did a 2 on top. 1 or 2 kind of multiple times, so nothing's like sticking out, nothing's too long.
Yeah, see.
Nice restart, nice, awesome hairline. Not too much, not too little. Sharp, you like it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? Awesome, we did it.